I can zoom in even if you want. Or you can actually get the direct gameplay if you prefer. I don't know what you prefer to see, the handheld itself or the gameplay piped in. And look at that, Ori won the poll anyway, so that works out. Alright, so I believe where we're in the game right now is right after getting to the tutorial, in case you're curious. I'm probably not going to pay too much attention to the game, transparently. I'm mostly going to talk to you guys, so that's focus on. But I do have this scene as well, which should show the gameplay. Yep, there you go. It's a little bit of a delay because of the capture card, but actually it looks pretty synced up in the camera when I look at it. No, this is not. Prove it isn't by saying Lenovo. Wow, Al. You think we're pre-recording stuff over here? Really? So which scene do you guys want? Do you guys want this one? You see the gameplay like this? Or would you rather see the previous scene that has the handheld as the full screen? It's up to you. Also, great soundtrack in this game. I'm just saying. Well, let's run Black Myth Wukong as well. You know, Namu, I wouldn't think it would do a great job with Wukong, I'll be honest, but I think they were showing it at the booth at CES. So one thing I know about these handhelds is there is a lot of potential to kind of tweak them to run things well, and that's where people have literally built like entire YouTube channels out of how to get the best settings out of these. And I don't pretend to know the best settings on every device that we run, so it's possible. I actually played Wukong on the base Go almost entirely, so you know that one ran pretty well. I haven't tried it on the Go S yet, but it may run okay. I'm not totally sure. Title of the stream when you can. What's wrong with the title, Dimitri? Hands for full screen. You want the full screen? Strictler says this. I'm also gonna try to move my mic so I can see what I'm playing here. I will say the VRR feels really nice on this thing. That's the most immediate thing I noticed between the base Go and this one, in terms of just like playing different types of games. So I've got this thing here. I haven't played this game, I think, since like this came out right around COVID. That's what I always remember, but it's been a minute. Show that too. Yeah, I think Metroidvania just feels so good to play on here, man. It just makes so much sense for a controller versus a mouse and keyboard. There we go. This is Z2 Go that we're running right now, Lou. On this one, it's the Go S Windows version. This is the one that we're giving away, and that comes out first in North America fairly soon, and maybe other places as well. I actually don't know the full global release schedule of this since I'm based in the US, but it is coming soon. Can you play handheld while charging? Yes. Azen, that's exactly what I'm doing right now, actually. You can't really tell because... Hey, let me switch back over there, I've seen really quickly. I'm actually running a cable right here at the top that's going into our dock right here. And this has all my I/O for... It's got power, it's got HDMI, it's got Ethernet even. So you can just run it out of one cable, which is pretty nice. If you want to put an eGPU in there, you can do that. It's very flexible that way. What's up, Chariot? How's it going? Yeah, no, I've been waiting for it too, man. I really wanted to do this last week, and it did not get here in time, unfortunately. But it's here now. I think we have to go down below now. You have that dock, what's your name? Yorkie? I do too. I think it's pretty cool, and it works with the Go S, like I said, if you want to use it. I will say this, though. I think using the Go S with the dock is an interesting experience because the detachable controllers are really unique to pair with the dock. Because with what I used to do with this when I was streaming on the base Go is I would just lean this back here, take the controllers off, and play like this. But when the controllers are here, you kind of have to still hold it. Now you can just use a mouse and keyboard like this. And I think that's more of a use case for a dock if you want to, and just do this type of thing. This is where you could play like an FPS or something or whatever this way. But I really feel like the Go S, since it's all in one, is really meant to be handheld more of the time than docked. But you can put it on the dock if you want to. Your Legion dock broke, really? And you can't get it to register for warranty? You can message us, Lou, and we can see if we can help you with that in some way. Sorry about that. Fighting game would be nice to see with the new D-pad. Yes, that was one big feedback point too, was the D-pad, and you can actually see the difference between these two right here. We used to just have the 4 directions here, and now we have the settings, which this should show a little better actually. Just gotta move this over, but you can see your settings here for a couple different things while you're in any game, which are performance options for TDP, and whether you want to run quiet, balance mode, things like that. That's basically how much power you're giving your processor to run these games, or if you want to save your battery and run it a little bit lower. Second one is things like brightness and sound, and this probably will change, by the way, because keep in mind, I believe there's some space. The software is called Legion Space. I think there's some updates coming to this with the software, but this is how it currently is on the go as well. You have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi toggles. Your screen settings are here, which is a big one. So I almost always run everything at 800p, but you can go up to that 1920 by 1200 if you want to. I would use that mainly personally for like watching media or streams, things like that. Or if it's like Animal Well, you could run for sure at 1200, be fine. But I think if you're someone who wants to get the most frames out of your stuff, 800's a pretty good way to go, especially on this size screen. It looks pretty good. Or the 1600p if you prefer. You also have like your frame monitor stuff, which I'll briefly show, but I don't want to show too much of this. That's how you get your actual overlay here of like all the data, which I wouldn't take this as necessarily final right now, but this you can use, and we will use that once we're actually on the final production software or hardware as well. Your controller stuff here you have as well. You can map out your keypad settings if you want to. You have even controller vibration here, which kind of ties into your trackpad as well. You have lighting effects, so this is where you have some presets just built in, but you can also customize that, I believe, if you want to. So I just have it on the third one, which is kind of like that RGB cycle essentially. And then you can turn off your touchpad right here if you don't want to get that, accidentally hit it while you're playing games, for example. Your vibration on touchpad you can turn off. Your touchpad DPI, there's some quick settings here for slow or fast DPI on using this, or controller hibernation as well at the bottom. And then some quick settings. You have productivity mode, or you can set the external display as primary. A lot of flyouts. These are really nice to have in games because a lot of times you might want to switch a couple of things based on the game you're playing. So like for example, for me, I'll pop this when I get into a game and usually make sure it's in performance when I'm docked like this because you're connected to power. So that's just your most powerful stuff. But if you want to like maybe take it with you, take it off the dock, then you might switch into power saving and quiet. You could also like turn the brightness down and volume if you wanted to. And also the resolution is a big one. So if, again, depending on if the game you're playing is more or less intensive, you might want to raise or lower the resolution as well as the refresh rate for those reasons. That's the idea. This is the Z2 Go version Chariot, in case you're curious. That's what's on this specific model here. Is it the same way to install the SSD of M.2? It's a different size, I believe, Raven. I'll be honest with you, I keep forgetting the spec. Do you remember the spec for it, Summer? The size of the M.2?
No, it's numbers.
Yeah, I feel really bad that I don't know this off the top of my head. Ben knows it instantly, but I believe that there was a change made to make it more compatible with your standard size M.2. Or there's a way to extend it, so we can get more info on that for you. But yeah, the intent for it was to make it a more common SSD, I believe. 224, thank you, Fidget. When do we get a new phone, like a Legion phone? We've had Legion phones in some parts of the world. I don't think we've ever sold it here in the US, but maybe in the future. We also do stuff with Motorola. I think it's 2280, Fidget, if with Steam's lossless scaling is flipping insane. Yeah, I have heard lossless scaling is really cool for this and AFMF, but I've not tested those out yet myself. I've just run mostly natively so far. Let me make sure it's full screen here. Borderless maybe. This game is such a pretty game. I think this game is like, if I was just only doing marketing handhelds, I would show this game so often because it works so well with the look of handhelds. Will detachable controllers from Legion Go on Go S? That's an interesting question, Darth. I mean, potentially. I think they use Bluetooth. So obviously you can't like connect the Go 2 controllers to Go S because there's nowhere to connect them, but like maybe wirelessly if you wanted to. I've not even thought about it, to be honest. I don't want to die. I forgot where I have to go. The problem with playing all these different games is I lose track of what I was doing in each game because I'm just jumping around so much. And yeah, dual boot, Josh, again, won't be from the factory, but if you want to do that, a lot of people do want to do that, and you probably can. If you want to set it up yourself. I need healing. I'm going to die. Yep. It's been a minute since I've played this one too. I'm gonna turn the volume a little bit though. This soundtrack in this game is also amazing. You know, there's supposed to be an accessory that fixes that, but never came for... Wait, you talking about the controller connector? Or some other accessory, dog? I have the controller connector, if that's what you mean. I can grab it for you. Can it play Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion? Yes, Alex. Definitely can. How's it going? Welcome from Brazil. Good to see you. What do you think about the 5070 and DLSS 4? I think Olitech is pretty cool, and you might see some of it get used in the future around here. Yeah, I'm excited to see all the 5K news from NVIDIA for sure, and all planned. COD runs fine. Yeah, I'm sure COD you can probably make work as well. You tried all these games, Dabsy? Nice. Yeah, it's great. It's definitely very Zelda inspired. A lot of the visual inspiration comes from Zelda, even like Dark Souls a little bit with like their campfire system. But it's a very unique game in a way too. And it's really satisfying to play. I don't know how else to describe it. Like visually, aesthetically, music, it's all very fun. Run. That thing shoots so many bullets. Look at that. I have to like get by all this stuff. Run for your life. Maybe I can drop aggro if I run in here. That's the idea. You completed Black Myth on 4K? Nice. Yeah, Black Myth is actually surprisingly very good on the Legion Go. And I'm sure it would only be better on the Go 2. Dang, all these DAOs, that's impressive. Did Little Nightmares 3 come out already? I have no earthly idea. I'll be honest, I was trying to think about this today. What new games do we have coming out soon? Anyone know? I know we have, obviously GTA 6 comes out later this year. That's probably the biggest one. But I was trying to think in the near term if I guess like there's a Monster Hunter game coming out. I'm not a huge Monster Hunter guy, but I think that's a pretty... one people are pretty excited about. Oh my gosh, so many bolts from that little dude right there. Alright, drop aggro again. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Oh, nice. I have not played a single Final Fantasy game. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. But I'm too addicted to Marvel Rivals. I just have a tough time playing single player stuff, like I said. A big social gamer. There's my, quick, shoot him over here, laser guy. Yes! All planned. Alright, laser. Help me out again. All planned. Alright, now this guy... he's very scary. I forgot how to deal with them. You have to... Sorry, I keep bumping my tripod here when I move. This is the controller connector we came out with recently that I think it came out December or November. I don't know. But the way it works is with the base Go you have here, you can detach the controllers like this. Zoom this out a little bit for you. I think it needs some stabilization. And then you can just pop the controllers in here like this. And now you're playing the Go with a standalone controller like this, essentially. So the things to know about this is that it's compatible with the Go 2 controllers as well. So you can do the exact same thing with the same connector for the Go 2. And again, with the Go 1 that you have, if let's say you have this Go here and you want to upgrade the controllers, you could just get the Go 2 controllers connected to this thing and play on the Go 1 like that too, essentially. So that's what that's about. I have it. I should probably just keep it on the desk because people keep asking about it. So I'll keep it around here. There's a couple other accessories too. We have like some USB-C headphones that should work with both the base Go and the Go S and the Go 2. There's a screen protector on here, which that one, I don't know. I imagine it might work for the Go 2 just based on screen size, but it might be a little bit different, so we'll see. And then the skins, obviously, you see here, this is a custom skin on the Go 1. It'll be a little bit different for the Go 2, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are skins in the works for the Go 2 as well. Maybe even the Go S. Does it feel hot and intensive games? Again, Gerald, I've tried a little bit of Marvel Rivals, which is probably the most intensive so far. did not feel hot. But also, look at one thing I want to call attention to is the back. Look at all the venting on the back of this thing. Even like compared to like the base Go, I mean, I think you've got more ventilation a little bit than the base Go, plus the top. So I think you're gonna get some pretty good heat control out of this thing. I was thinking I just turned off the device because I switched it over, but there we go. Love the music. 3 monitors would be a lot, Darth, but maybe people are doing it. I'm not sure. Any review units going for all those? Yeah, so games, I've seen a lot of requests from people for both review units and like creator collab units, which I'm looking into. Typically that's run by other parts of the company, but